Hey, what's up, David?
Hello.
Oh man. First up, just want to say I think you were saying that this game was your last chance to make playoffs.
I'm pretty
So,
sure at least it's whatever.
yeah, just gotta say sorry you didn't make it this season, but I watched your games the whole way and I really liked the team that you drafted. Annihilate was one that I was actually considering for first pick if I didn't get Valiant. I mean, honestly, I was expecting Valiant to go before I picked, so I think Annihilate was one of the ones I was considering. So, seeing you draft that and me get Valiant, I guess that's just you were somebody I was kind of rooting for because you had something that I wanted.
Thank
And you
you.
also have Greninja. Greninja was one I had my last draft season, and that
And
was really cool mod.
something I just want to say thank you for being respectful and also very easy to schedule with and to work with as well. I really do
Yeah, of
appreciate
course.
that. And also thank you for honoring the gentleman's agreement of bringing the Dunsparce. I appreciate that. It's just, like again. I don't mean to take away from your. I'll be rooting for you to win this season. It's just so tilting that Mons like Valiant just literally all my hard work. I could have just made one better play there. That is on me, but it's just I couldn't do anything. It's just
Oh no, no worries. And I mean, I totally get being upset about stuff like that. Like, um, last week, I lost to the Roaring Moon, and I mean that was also on me. Like literally, I had Vacuum Wave on Iron Valiant that week, and if I'd clicked that, I literally would have won the game. So I don't know what I was thinking, but that. But another time, my last draft season, I lost a week. It was an Open Terra format, and Roaring Moon was legal for Open Terra. So I was playing against somebody who had Terra Roaring Moon, and like there was
don't you
no
just
way I
love
could.
broken leagues like that? I just love that.
Yeah. Like there was no way I could prep for that. So
Another league that
that
I'm
that
in.
one, I
I'm sorry to cut you off. Another league that I'm in, right now. That was like my first league coming back competitive. I got like 6-0'd by like a Terra Ogre upon fire because they didn't ban that. So that was nice. I feel your pain, basically.
yeah, but no, there's just sometimes like it just broken mons are allowed, and it's really tilting when you lose just because they're so difficult to prep for. Sometimes it's just impossible to prep for, like with the
Mm.
team you've drafted. So I definitely feel your pain, and I guess Iron Valiant, like just a special set, does look pretty good into your team, especially like with the screen support. Just if you don't literally if you don't have an exact answer for it, there's not much you can do.
I wish replays were back up because I usually study how my opponents play beforehand, but I couldn't
Right,
really
right.
do that. So I was literally saying I'm gonna switch into Mandy here to defog to get rid of everything. But I like from what I've seen from this guy, if he switches into Valiant here, I'm kind of fucked. And you did, and I did get
Was
fucked.
this with the
It was on this arena switching when you hard switch into Valiant after one reflect. I thought my prayers were gonna be you set up both screens and I would be safe, like relatively. But no, you hard switched into
gotcha.
Valiant like I predicted and I should have just went my gut. But like even then it's like I what do I do? I just like switch into dash
Right.
mode? Do I like
Well, literally, the reason I switched Valiant was because I thought you were gonna go to Moth because you had the wish. So I was thinking you were gonna go into Moth because the only attack I had was Power Whip, and I was Kelking, and that didn't kill Moth. So if I didn't attack, or I didn't have any attacks to kill Moth if it came in, and then if you went Moth, it would have just gotten back up to full, and I would have
yeah,
been in a
that's
bad
fair.
position there
I feel like you killed with
because
Psycho though, no?
Psycho Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the reason I went into Iron Valiant
Oh
was
yeah,
because
yeah.
I was predicting the moth to come in, but I didn't even realize it was Psycho Cut at that point. Like I still thought it was Shock.
I've had worse
Like,
mess ups than that, so yeah, I understand. But
I didn't even realize I was Psycho Cut until I went to click Shock, and I was like, wait a minute, this is the wrong attack.
yeah, I
But
could have just went with my gut. But even if I did make the right play, like just knowing you were gonna go to Valiant, like what was I supposed to do? Like my team just gets fucked by Valiant. And also, thank you for saying you liked my team because it's kind of like disheartening, like week one after like this new league when I'm just getting back to competitive. By the way, this isn't a best example of my competitive skill. Not to say I'm like a god or anything, but it's been
Yeah.
a rough league. I've only had 2 wins.
Right.
But like literally as soon as this league started, like whoever like reviews the teams immediately was like, this team's shit. Like didn't tell me why, so it's just kind of like weird. But I really do appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm usually pretty optimistic about teams that people build. I think there were like 1 or 2 in the Indigo division that I was kind of like questioning. Like I think somebody in Indigo drafted Torkoal with like no kind of sun mons to take advantage of Torkoal. So that was like the one that I was a little like, I'm not sure about this. But most other teams, like I am pretty optimistic about, and I really do see the vision in a lot of teams that people draft. Like I just love the format.
I
because it's
really
so,
feel like
it's so
I
cool.
drafted a good draft, but it's also like it's definitely not my best. But I see the problems in it, but it's not like I got told them. It's just like several people were like, "This draft is ass,"
This team sucks,
and just didn't
but
tell me
don't tell you
why.
why they think it sucks.
Yeah, but like what I found weird, it's just I think with my team, it is very hard prep wise for me. Like
Yeah.
I don't really have many options as I thought I would have. It's like they're all good mons and they can have synergy. It's just I don't know, it's a bit weird than what I'm usually like used to, I guess.
That makes sense. I mean, so when you say it's hard to prep with it, do you think it's like harder like on the offensive side, or more like finding stuff to switch in or take certain roles for certain things?
Well, when it comes to Valiant and stuff, mons like that, definitely the whole switching into things because my team is
Right, yeah.
more offensive and I only have a
See,
couple of defensive
for Valiant,
mons who aren't good.
if I were you, for Valiant, I would have brought Greninja with either Choice Scarf or Focus Sash. Because
Yeah, that probably would
a
have been right,
scarfed
though.
scarfed Gren with like Gunk Shot would be really good for a Valiant. Or even
yeah, Scarf was
you
probably
could
the
go
right call.
focus. You could go Focus Sash with Acrobatics.
I was battle bond expert belt, but I like realized that it's just every battle bond set I keep bringing the wrong fucking set, and I'm realizing
Right.
that I don't have enough experience with battle bond because it was banned for so long to begin with. So it's like,
Right.
but Sash definitely would have worked, but I think actually no, I did get rid of Spike, so it would have worked, I guess. But yeah, for
Yeah.
all I know, you still could have had Vacuum Wave, and I could have just
Right. Yeah. But no, last draft league I played was actually my first draft league, and this is my second. But no, the last one I played, I had Greninja, and there was a week against an Iron Valiant, and I think I brought Sash against the Valiant, and the Valiant comes in, it gets its booster speed, and it kills something. So I'm like, okay, this is literally why I brought Sash Gren. This is gonna work. I'm gonna take out the Valiant right here, and we're gonna be good. I bring it in. I click Spirit Break. I go down to Sash. I click Gunk Shot, and it misses. So I lose Gren to Valiant. But fortunately, it wasn't like a setup set or anything like that. So right after, I go into my Dunsparce, and I click Calm Mind. He doesn't have anything for Dunsparce, like no knockoff or anything like that, no fighting attack. So he's forced to switch out. I get to keep Calm Minding, and then I sweep with Stored Power.
it would
So-
have been really funny if I did bring Sash Gren, because that means with the evasion drop with Defog, I actually would have landed that Gunk Shot, and it would have just went all back around on you, and then I would have
Right, yeah.
just been
No, if
a big anime
if
villain.
Valiant went down here, I definitely would have lost. Because my Dunsparce had no attacks, and
No,
Serena
yeah.
had one attack.
Yeah, no need to remind you, but the only reason you lost was due to Iron Valiant. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Like I was doing so much better than I thought, because my plan was to lead with Iron Moth, hoping. By the way, I was so scared that you were gonna bring Earthquake on Dunsparce for some reason and lead with it.
Yeah. Is that why you brought Sub, just to scout for Earthquake?
No, not
I
even.
guess-
Well, if I subbed on Dunsparce, it was mainly for Glare, if anything, because you take one hit no
Right.
matter what. But it's like, if I sub and it gets breaking right away because you decide to bring EQ, it just kind of destroys my entire plan. And I was just kind of hoping you didn't bring funny EQ on the Dunsparce that we agreed to bring. But
Right.
if you did, I wouldn't have been mad at it. I've been like,
Oh, I
yeah.
brought something far more sinister than EQ Dunsparce. I brought the no attacks, doesn't even do anything Dunsparce.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I brought the Serene Grace hacks the Dunsparce that didn't
Yes,
get a
with Ice
freeze
Beam.
off of
The
Ice
I-
Beam. So yeah.
Ice Beam Dunsparce. Honestly, I think the only reason you lost was karma. Like, this is an evil to Dunsparce set. Why would you ever bring this? This was supposed to be a friendly game of
I
Dunsparce
used all of
versus
my
the
luck.
Dunsparce.
I used all of my luck to gain that first ancient power like
When you
boost.
when I saw the Chapel like get used and I saw you click Ice Beam against Iron Valiant, like I just froze inside. Like right there, I was like, "Oh my God, is this guy really gonna hacks me and then kill me this way?" Fortunately for me, that didn't happen. But honestly, even if it did, in the long run, I wouldn't even be that mad because I love Dunsparce into Dunsparce and just it being able to do goofy stuff like that.
They're
is so funny to me.
stupid. Like, we play on Showdown. We don't even play on the actual game, but I like watch MV use it sometimes, and it just like clips into the floor for no reason.
Yeah,
I don't know why, and
it's so funny.
It's really
It's just such a goober, and it learns so many weird moves. Like it's got Bolt Beam coverage. It has like
it's also
Earth Power
just
and
control.
Earthquake.
Nintendo and the Pokemon Company were really just like, let's fuck with everyone. Just by making an evolution with just an extra little bit. Like it's just so dumb.
Just make it the same thing when it evolves, but just a tiny bit more.
It is a type of mon that instead of grabbing a good normal type, I will throw and grab this instead because I just want to use it. I really loved it.
Literally, to me, it is a good normal type. Like,
no, yeah, it is. But there are also a hell of better ones in draft, to be honest. Like,
I drafted Dunsparce in my last league and this one, and every single game I brought Dunsparce to, except for last week's, I won. Like, Dunsparce has never lost me a game before. I think it's literally a good luck charm.
That is true. I think I still have some trust to gain with the Dunsparce. My Duns. I like the name you have, Dunderwall. I appreciate
Dunderwall. No,
is
the
this
Duns
your
are
second
fun.
ever draft league or just in Gen 9?
This is my second ever draft league ever doing.
Really? Well.
Yep.
Salute. The Shelgon set, honestly, okay, Valiant, like, this is my Valiant hatred speaking, by the way, but that Shelgon set might have won you the game, if I'm being honest.
Dude, like, I think, okay, so the plan with the Shelgon, okay, the only reason I drafted Shelgon was because I drafted, in that last draft league, it was Open Terra. I used Open Terra Salamence, and that thing was really cool. Like, definitely, I cooked up a lot of heat with it. It was a lot of fun to use. So I decided I kind of wanted to like, pay homage to Salamence and draft Shelgon, this one. And I haven't brought it at all yet. And so I just really wanted to bring it a week. And so the plan with it was to get up a bunch of hazards with Hisui and Samurott, get the Stealth Rocks up with Dunsparce, and then just go into Shelgon, sit on everything, and just phase everything, and just let everything take hazard chip.
I understand. Honestly, it works better the way it actually did. If I just
right.
Yeah,
well, it did a good. It really did good. I mean, just phasing is I think pretty underrated in draft. Like Roar goes through substitute, or yeah, it went through substitute. It phased out the
there's
Iron Moth.
In prep, I was like, okay, the only mon I'm sure he doesn't bring is Shelgon. What does Shelgon do? And well,
I really like the Salamence line. It's definitely my favorite pseudo legendary line, and I wish Shelgon was a little more useful, but I mean, it did put in work this game. I mean,
I thought it would be more bulky.
Like you said, it's literally
less than I thought it would. I thought it would be more bulky, which I was surprised by.
Well, the reason I have max, it's really bulky on the physical side. It's got 100 base defense, so I have max Spadef, max HP on it, and so that kind of averages it out. Like, if I was like fully physical invested, then it'd be unbreakable on the physical side, but it's fully special invested. So
yeah, that's fair. I also like. I really just love how the only setup that Dash Button gets is work up. That's the only setup it ever gets, and just... I was so mad when I didn't click Terra Steel because I just honestly forgot, and I keep forgetting about Terra. which is
Right,
one
right.
criticism that I did get, which I do understand sort of about my Terra selections, but at the same time, it's like I didn't really have many options.
Honestly, yeah, I kind of feel that. I mean,
Like, what else
this is
was I
my
gonna
first
Terra?
time
Go to
doing
Mo?
low tier Terra, and
Uh.
literally the only reason I picked my Terra captain because they were the only ones eligible for Terra, aside from Shelgon, but Shelgon doesn't do anything, so that's
I
why
completely
Dunsparce,
forgot that
Serena,
Serena was the Terra captain, if I'm being honest.
yeah,
I just, like, it kind of phased out.
right. Well, honestly, I was planning on terrestrializing Dunsparce because so it could resist the fighting attacks from Annihilate. But as soon as you led with Iron Moth into Serena, I was like, oh yeah, so this thing just wins if it kills me here. So that's why I went Terrafire, but no, definitely the substitute was a good play. And like you said, I think if I didn't have the Shelgon with the phasing, that probably would have just won you the game.
Draft is just like my favorite way to play Pokemon, purely because I will like surprise myself and 6-0 a team with like a Valiant, a Goldengo, a Gliscor, and shit like that. But I will lose to a team with a Valiant and a Shelgon.
With Shelgon and
yeah,
Dunsparce.
Well,
No,
I
but
wish you luck, honestly, and I hope you make it.
thank you.
All the way to finals and then win, and then I can say that.
Then you can say that you
I
lost
almost
to the
beat
winner, so it doesn't even
winner.
matter that much.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you in your future draft endeavors. Like I said, I really do like your team, and
Thank you so much.
I guess it is important that you do see the flaws in it. I mean,
I'm in like
it
6
is-
of the draft league, so it's like I definitely need to see the flaws, or else
Right,
it's like
right.
I'm not in
But-
that many draft leagues to like not notice those sort of things. But
definitely, yeah.
yeah, I'm planning on like getting my own startup eventually next year.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in joining said league?
It depends on when, because right now I'm a very busy person. I've got one draft league I'm joining like at the start of the year. So if it's not like at the start of the year, then maybe I'd be able to.
It'll probably be somewhere around February. I'll let you know. So
All right, yeah. Keep me posted. Keep me posted.
good luck in the rest of your games, friend.
Thank you. You as well. With whatever other leagues you're doing. You're doing like 6 others right now, right?
Yeah, it might be down to 5 because I finished 2 already, I think.
Gotcha. Well, best of luck in the rest of your draft leagues. Hopefully we cross paths again.
Yep, thank you.
Alrighty.
Have a good
Until
one.
next time. You too.